Welcome to the Work Together 14-5. This is where we're calculating depreciation expense and seeing exactly how this all works together. So as we take a look at the depreciation expense, the first problem in the Work Together is it says calculate depreciation expense for a computer printer costing $16,000 with the estimated salvage value of $100 and its useful life is 5 years. So if you remember the equation, the first thing we need to do is take the cost of the computer printer. So we take $16,000. Now we need to subtract the estimated salvage value. So when we're done using the whole computer printer, we estimate that we'll get $100 for it. So we subtract $100. And what that ends up equaling is $1,500 worth of depreciation expense over its lifetime. And we take a look, the useful life it estimates is 5 years. So we take that $1,500, and we divide it by 5 years. And what that ends up equaling is that means each year that computer printer is going to lose $300 worth of its value. So the second so now that we calculated depreciation expense, that means $300 for every year. Now we need to calculate the book value of the computer printer at the end of its second year of service. So we take a look at the end of its second year. So if this is only 1 year, if we multiply this, by 2 years, that means it's going to equal $600 over the course of 2 years. So we take the original book value of $1,600 and we subtract $600, and that gets us at the end of our second year. That means the book value of this particular item, this computer printer, is only going to be worth $1,000 under our assets. So that's how we do those first two problems. The third problem on the Work Together has us working on the worksheet. So this worksheet for Coastal Aquatics, what we've got to take a look at is it determined the total depreciation expense of office equipment to be $6,120 and store equipment to be $5,060. So we need to plan the worksheet adjustments and label the adjustments F and G. So the first thing we need to do is we need to add into accumulated depreciation. We already got over $12,000 in accumulated depreciation for office equipment. We need to credit $6,000. What was that number again? $6,120 into accumulated depreciation, because you'll take a look at that's the normal balance of that account, and now we'll label that with a little f. And then we also need to add into this accumulated depreciation for the store equipment, and we need to accumulate another $5,060 in that. So I put in $5,060 into that and label that with the G, and that's in our credit column. So that now that we've done that, now we need to go down and add that into our depreciation expense for office equipment. So we need to put that into the debit column for the depreciation expense for office equipment. So in this particular month, if we put in there with our little F there, we put in $6,120, was it? $6,120. And then also with the other one for our depreciation expense for the store equipment, that one's going to be $5,060 that we're putting in there. And make sure you're labeling these with the little letters as necessary, the letters F and G. That way we can easily match those up on our adjustments as well. And that's it for the Work Together 14-5. Now go ahead and try the on your own.